Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games Etc. And before I start, I would like to say I missed all of y'all. I'm still alive, everything is fine. I was just playing this game and I finally beat it. Now, the only thing good that's going with this game is the box art. I think this is one of the best box arts I have ever seen on a cover. This is one of my favorite box arts. But unfortunately, this is how far it goes, the compliments goes. I finally beat this game, finally. It took me 2 weeks, and this game should have ended much sooner. But as I say in the comments, in the title for this video, this game suffers like Max Payne 3, and I will talk about this. The storyline is great if this game wasn't a video game. Like, I played this game purposely to get all the cinemas, because I gotta do a Hitman movie of all the in-game cinemas, because the storyline was good. Too bad the gameplay deviated from the original Hitmans, but let me tell you, if this game turned into a movie, it would have been really good. The story was gritty and everything, but I'll get to the things I like. But you know me, I get accused of not liking games. So let's talk about the things I hated with this game first, because this game is not worth 60 bucks, y'all. It's not worth $60. There was a lot of issues. Like, at first when I was playing this game, I was like, if this wasn't a Hitman game, if it was called Metal Gear Solid Absolution, or Mission Impossible Absolution, or Born Identity Absolution, or whatever, this game would have been good, but unfortunately, I still was having issues with this game, and this game, my final grade for this game is still an F, because they deviated from what made Hitman great. They deviated from the series. It's like, do y'all ever notice, like, they're trying to cater to a different group of people? Like, for example, XCOM, right? XCOM, Enemy Unknown. You see how when they cater to the old school players, stuff doesn't sell? So people try to change up the series. Like, look at what Resident Evil did. Look at what Hitman is doing. They're trying to make it more catered to a more broader audience than, the hardcore fans, basically. So outside of that, let's just get to some of the things that I hated. Let's talk about the purist mode, the hardest mode. I still had issues with the purist mode. The purist mode did not feel balanced. The hardest difficulty, like, purist mode is after the expert level. Purist mode, you get no icons, you get no assistance, you get no nothing. You don't get no, what is that vision he does? But you only get limited stuff. But this is the issues that I had with this game, dealing with the purist mode. The AI issues still exist. AI will spot you even when you're running behind closed doors. They are way too aware. Their cone of vision is too broad. Like, if an enemy turns this way and you try to sneak him on his blind side, he'll spot you, which is not good. I also dealt with hearing between walls. I wonder if you can actually play this game when the AI is alerted of a dead body. Can you still play this game? Does this AI still adapt to you playing even when the alert is high? Can you still beat the game through stealth? And also another thing, the AI that spots you through crowds too easily. For example, remember the train station and how you have a lot of crowds of people around you, and the AI is on the other side of the crowd and they still spot you. And it's like, you're between a lot of people. I can see if they're up on you like this, but to spot me with a lot of people in front of me is not really good. Another thing I faced with AI not resetting. Now, you remember the Waikiki Hotel when they introduced the assassin group, the Saints? There's this part where you can save the civilian, right? But this AI is so glitchy sometimes that if you disrupt what's going on, the scripted gameplay of what's going on, the AI will walk back to the civilian and not shoot them and move on. So you're stuck right there like, okay, yeah. I mean, you can't move out of your cover or you'll get spotted. But the glitchy part about it is if you go around the corner where he's about to shoot the person and you stand outside like of the radius of him, he'll shoot the civilian and move on. Now, another issue I had with this game dealing with the purist mode. There's a point of being hard and difficult, and there's a point of being helping you out in the missions. Like as far as when on purist mode, you don't get no alerts, you don't get no icons on your screen of your health bar, how many bullets you have in your gun, a map. Now this is okay to some extent, to some extent, but I wish on purist mode they will give you show you stuff of what Agent 47 can do as far as, you know, having that vision where you can pluck off multiple enemies or how to use your environment, where the game actually teaches you those first two levels, because the game doesn't actually start until after, I think, level 2. That's when the game actually starts. They should have had it where if you started on purist mode, they can still help you with the game, because what I think the developers wanted you to do was to play it on a normal difficulty, then go to purist mode. But what about the players who want to just start on purist mode? They're new to the actual new series of Hitman, and they don't know all the options it is to the environment, where you can actually pick up an item and throw it. You can actually use your vision. You can actually use your to hide. You can press the button to hide your face when you're in disguise. It would have been nice for this game to have it. Now that was just pretty much it as far as that. Now, other problems I had with this game. I gotta make this quick. This is other issues I had with this game. You have to figure out where the game pretty much wants you to go. It is so scripted. Like, I was looking on the back of the old one, and it says 3 award-winning games, open-ended stealth and action gameplay. This game is so scripted that you have to figure out, okay, where does the game want me to go instead of where would I like to go? And it is so scripted, like, there are some times if you miss the opportunity in this game, does this game really adapt to you? I don't think so. Now, another thing I had an issue with this game, you assassinating people, eliminating people that have no relevance to the story. No relevance to the story. For example, the doctors that performed experiments on the little girl, the girl that was kidnapped. Why do we have to go around eliminating them? They weren't evil. They just wanted to experiment on a girl or run tests on her. So why is Agent 47 going out his way on these missions to actually eliminate them? They weren't evil like Dexter. They weren't evil like the other guy, Lenny. They weren't evil like none of those other people. So why are we going around assassinating doctors that really have no relevance to the story? Another thing. Sanchez, remember the big bulky guy that was Dexter's bodyguard, whatever, his head henchman, whatever. Why are we eliminating him when we heard him going? When we you can either kill him in the ring or assassinate him outside the ring. But if you go through the vents, you actually hear where the girl is at of Sanchez talking on the phone. So why do we have to eliminate him? Why do we have to assassinate him? What relevance does he have to the story? And like, at what point, especially during the wrestling match where you can actually be a wrestler, at what point does he reveal where the girl is located? Also, killing Layla, Dexter's girlfriend. Why are we eliminating her? She has no, like, the game actually comes off like Layla is some tactical, person, special ops person, whatever, but she has no relevance. So why are we killing Layla? Why are we killing, especially dealing with the nuns, like the saints? You remember, you ever seen that cinema with Hitman Absolution? It's like, that's okay. You can get away with that, eliminating them, because if you eliminate them, they'll be off your back. But I still question that. That was the only time where eliminating really came into this game, and assassinations really came into this game, is when you had to kill the killers that were chasing Birdie, basically, and you had to kill them throughout Chinatown. That was the only plausible thing I think you could have done, basically, as a developer. I believe the developers did this to make it feel like a Hitman game when it really wasn't. Because you eliminated people that didn't have really no relevance. No relevance at all to the storyline. And you could have just snuck by them and just went after Dexter. Or people who really mattered. Now, like I said, this game's length should have been much shorter. It should have been cut in half. There were way too many pointless boards in this game. For instance, the bar, the custom tailor, the gun shop. They were just dealing with pointless stuff. Like, these levels should have been taken out. This game should have been much shorter. Like I said before in my other reviews, I'd rather play a short, good game than a long game that gets good and starts to wane and starts to fade. Because like I said, the kidnapping stories are really hard to keep my interest. And this is why it suffers like Max Payne 3. Like, it's like, you know, Mario Brothers. It's like when you get to the castle, you defeat Bowser, you meet Toadstool or whatever. You're like, oh, sorry, Mario, but the princess is in another castle. The closer you get, all of a sudden, she's snatched away and whisked off to somewhere else. And it's just like, okay, I'd rather for this game to offer something, like you get the girl and something else opens up, another issue, than to drag this thing throughout. Now, there are no good boss fights in this game. If you're going to deviate from the Hitman series, have at least some decent boss fights. For example, when you're facing Wade. Wade is not a boss fight. You think this game will offer boss fights because you're facing people. It reminds me so much of Metal Gear. This game was too much Metal Gear, not enough Hitman. But you would think you would have a boss fight, a good shootout or something, because the game's special effects are great. The gun sounds are incredible. You would think you have some type of shootout. I mean, if you're going to deviate from this series, you might as well deviate fully and have better boss fights. The closest boss fight you can get is some type of time sequence, you know, Dead-Eye sequence where you tag all the enemies and shoot. Even the last boss is not really a boss fight. It's all cinema. You don't even have an option of killing him. The cinema takes over. All right. That's pretty much it as far as the things that really, you know, really got on my nerves. Now let's talk about the things that I love about this game. The things that really stand out. Like I said, the storyline is great. The story was really gritty. I love the grittiness of it. Like if you take the gameplay out of this and take the cinemas, this game is like incredible. But sadly, the gameplay suffers, and I wish this game would have ended much sooner. But it's so gritty. Like, there was parts of, like, he was in a church trying to get the girl, right? Trying to recover the girl, whatever. And all the nuns were shot. Like, there was this one part where Lenny actually shot the head nun, basically, because Wade was like, "Oh, you limp dick Lenny, you can't shoot nobody." And Lenny has a limp, and he talks with like this stutter, whatever. Not a stutter, but he talks like he's not all there, basically. And he was like, "You can't shoot her, Lenny, you can't shoot her." And he was like, "I can't shoot her, give me the gun." And he was like, Lenny, you just a limp dick Lenny, limp dick. And he shot her. And it was like, whoa, like shot her right in the head. It was gritty. But Agent 47 got him back, because there was actually a level where Agent 47 took him out in the desert, and he's walking and he's walking. This is all live action, and he's like, he was like, man, please don't kill me, man. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. And like Agent 47, you hear Agent 47 say, just keep walking, and you can actually shoot Lenny dead in the desert. It was really good. It was really good. The way that this game handles crowds is incredible. For example, Chinatown with the fireworks. You're in Chinatown and everybody's walking around. It's so packed, so dense. You see Agent 47 pushing people aside as he walks. Fireworks going off. Another board I liked, the train station, the strip club, and also the cornfield. If you haven't seen the cornfield level in this game, it is incredible. Like, you can actually walk through the cornfield and you see the tall corn, I'll call them stalks, but you can actually be fighting people in the cornfield. And like, it was so like dense. The corn was so dense, right? The cornfield was so dense that when soldiers walk by, they can walk right past you. Don't even see you because you're like this. And you be taking them out with your fiber wire and everything. How this game handles a magnitude of things on one level is incredible. Totally incredible. And I love the gun sounds in this game. The gun sounds in this game and the explosions are phenomenal. It's really good. It's just this is one of the best gun animations. Like, you really feel the controls of like pulling that trigger. It really feels fluid. The gun sounds from the burst fire from the enemies like getting shot up and everything, and the people actually bleed out. This is one of my favorite aspects of this game, how the enemies bleed out. Like, you shoot them and they be like, like this, like, oh my god, like, and like they slowly die. You can come over them and just shoot them right in the head, and their whole body will respond, and they'll drop their weapon and everything. And the explosions are so awesome. When you use the C4 in this game, it is one of the best C4 animations you will ever see. You will ever see. I might upload the most epic part of Hitman Absolution just to show y'all. The shotgun in this game is so much fun. Some of my favorite weapons I love shooting in this game: the STG 58 Elite, the AH-74U, and the Agency ARZ-160. You talking about shredding. Now, I would have loved that this game would have had some type of TDM multiplayer, but unfortunately it didn't. So it didn't have that at all. But this game, I'm telling you, the game engine in this game, forget all that personal contract stuff, that other, you know, not a multiplayer, but you can set up your own hits and your own contracts so other people can compete to see if they can win against your created level, whatever. But this game deserves a multiplayer. It deserves a TDM. It deserves a demolition mode, because this is how good the gameplay sounds are. And I played this game like an arcade game. I whizzed right through the game because I didn't like it as much. It started to wane, so I was just going around shooting people and completing the boards. And let me tell you, this game is really good when it comes to that. And the dialogue, the written dialogue in this game is really good. I liked when you were playing, when the nuns, the saints, the elite nun assassins, they found out you were at the Waikiki Hotel, and the head nun, the black lady with the rocket launcher, like Agent 47 peeks out the window, and she has a rocket launcher, and she says, "Go with God, motherfucker." I'm telling you, this game ain't worth $60. It's probably worth $20. I'm going to buy it again just to see if my opinion is right about how open this game is and how scripted it is. I want to go back and complete all the challenges, but unfortunately, it ain't worth $60. It still gets an F to me. It still gets a D to me if you take out the Hitman aspect, because there was just too many issues with this game. But like I said, I beat it, and there you go. There go my final thoughts. I am sorry I should have been uploading more videos, but I was stuck. I got to figure out a better strategy, because as you know, I'm trying to grow my channel out and things like that. But thank y'all for y'all patience and everything. I bought Far Cry 3, and so that review is coming soon. But there you go. There you have it. There go my final thoughts of Hitman Absolution. If you like what you saw today, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a lot. And let me know, community, did you beat the game? How did you feel about it? Was it something you enjoyed, something you didn't? Just go ahead and leave that in the comment section. It helps out the video as well. And there go all my contact information. See you later. Thanks a lot.